After years of working with countless dogs and dog owners, I've seen the same pattern over and over. The habit that creates a happy, calm dog, and the mistake that leads to barking, aggression, and rehoming. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 5 things that I wish that I knew before getting a dog so you can skip the stress and start building a relationship that every dog owner deserves. As you can see, I'm enjoying a fun time with my dog Annie, and you can too. Life is so much better if you have a dog who's not driving you crazy or has behavioral issues. If you are struggling with your dog's behavioral issues, I love to help. There is a link in the description where you can set up a free video call with me so we can chat about your struggles and challenges that you have with your dog. Can't wait to chat with you. Now let's get back to the video. You need to select the right breed and the right dog. So therefore you have to research the dog that you want to get, the breed that you want to get before choosing the dog. For example, if you go to a shelter or rescue organization and try to choose the dog in that situation, in that moment, probably you're going to make the wrong choice, because you have to consider not only the breed, but also you have to consider your lifestyle, your work schedule, your dog's energy level, the space and the commitments that you have to commit to the dog, and go beyond the looks of the dog. Go beyond the story that is behind the dog. You have to figure out the right breed, the personality that fits you and your lifestyle. So for instance, beagles were ideal for us, for me, because they were the right size. If I'm going for a hike with a beagle, and if my beagle gets injured, I can easily lift it up and carry it to emergency if that situation happens. Also, beagles are friendly, easily trained. Although many beagle owners will say, no, they're very stubborn, they're not easy to train, but I have been able to train beagles easily. They're very trainable without the use of treats, aversive tools and methods. But also I learned that dogs require more time than we think. So I thought I just have to walk the dog and that would be it. And that's basically what most dog owners, they think. They think all they have to do is just walk the dog a little bit, maybe feed the dog, let them play a little bit, and that would be it. But that's not enough. Especially if you're a new dog owner or you just got your dog or puppy, you have to learn and understand that you have to schedule your routine based on the dog's need. You have to potty train your dog or puppy. You have to exercise your dog. You have to train it. And especially new dogs, you have to supervise them 24/7. That means you need to invest a lot of time and energy on them. You want to get to know the dog. You want the dog to get to know you as well. So you're going to be spending a lot of time together. You have to spend a lot of time together. There would be lots of sleepless nights because your dog is very stressed, very anxious. So what I suggest is create a routine that is realistic. Because you have selected the right dog, right breed for you, you're able to invest enough time and provide enough exercise and enough activities for your dog. And once you create that routine, your dog gets used to that routine, and dogs love routine overall. They thrive on routine. They like to know what is going to happen next. They don't like surprises. They like to know what's coming next. I know at this time I get fed. I know at this time I go for a walk. I know at this time you play. I know at this time I go for a nap, on and on. And basically, once you realize this, the other thing that you have to remember is that dog training doesn't start on day one. I know many dog trainers will tell you that dog training starts on day one, but unfortunately, it's not true. You cannot train a new dog or a new puppy that you have brought home from day one. You don't know the dog doesn't know you. You can't train it. You can't teach anything to this dog. The dog is stressed, anxious, and it's not in the right mindset for you to train it. So instead of training it, you want to invest in other activities. And unfortunately, I made that mistake of just joining dog training classes, which was not only overwhelming for my puppy and my dog, it was overwhelming for me. I had a very bad experience attending those classes. One, because they were all focused on feeding the dog and training dogs using treats and food. And my dog was not interested in that and wanted to play and, have a good time, socialize with other dogs and people. And the dog trainer was very upset that I couldn't control my puppy and my dog. And I was distracted, I was stressed and anxious, and I just didn't enjoy the training class and training environment. And recently I asked my viewers about their experience when attending a training class, and I got a very interesting feedback from them. So about 10% of dog owners, they said that the trainer didn't explain things clearly. But 24% said there were too many distractions and my dog couldn't focus. 33% said that it was all about treats and not the real training. Other 33%, they said the class wasn't personalized to their dog's needs. So these are issues that are very common when you basically either attend a class or start training your dog. Just imagine that your new dog or your puppy is not expecting you to train it. There are too many distractions and too many things that are going to overwhelm your dog when they are in your home. They are experiencing a lot of new things in your home. You are new, the environment is new, everything is new, so they're very distracted. And on top of that, if you're trying to use treats to train your dog, you're setting up yourself for disaster. But also, you can't train a dog in that environment. So it's very important to not to start training your dog right away. Plus, you don't have that connection, that bond, that relationship with your dog yet. So you want to focus on building those first: relationship, bond, connection, and then start working on training your dog. And as I said, treat training is the other problem or the mistake that dog owners make. They first are introduced to the system or the concept of treat training and using treats to train their dogs, which is the wrong way of approaching training your dog. So when you start focusing and using treats or food to train your dog, you're tapping into a different outcome. You're tapping into a different meaning where the food has a different meaning for your dog. Treats are food, basically. In your mind, treats are treats, but for dogs, treats mean food. And food has different meaning to a dog. For dogs, food means sensations as pleasure or hunger or suffering, means survival, and it doesn't mean connection or communication. Food has different meanings for humans. We use food as a celebratory activity. We invite people, we invite friends and families to join us on the table and eat together. That's normal, that's okay. But for dogs, for animals, food doesn't mean that. Doesn't mean that I'm gonna share food with another animal or even with my sibling. Food means survival. I have to eat this to live. And understand that dogs eat to live, not live to eat. That's very important for you to understand the concept. And once you understand this concept, I think it will make a lot more sense when it comes to using treats as a reward to train your dog. Which overall I discovered a better way of rewarding my dog and using reward to train my dogs were basically using play and praise as a reward. My dogs, they started listening to me not because I was offering them something, because they wanted to. When you use play and praise, which are natural forms of reward for your dog is more prone to do things for you because they want to do it, not because they are forced to do it or they have been brainwashed to do it. Plus, you need to understand that dogs need more mental stimulation rather than physical stimulation. So not just exercise. You don't want to just focus on exercising your dog. And training using play and praise not only is mental and physical stimulation, but it's also the best way of training your dog, which is the better way of stimulating your dog mentally and physically. But dogs need more mental stimulation rather than physical stimulation. I know many dog owners, dog experts, they will tell you that you need to exercise your dog. Yes, there's a limit for everything. But when you over-exercise your dog, you cause overexcitement, overstimulation, which can cause other behavioral issues to develop. But when you start exercising your dog or stimulating your dog mentally, then you get better results. So I'm not saying don't take your dog for a walk or a hike. You can do that, that's good. That's good for the heart, it's good for the muscles. But have you noticed that even after you take your dog for a long walk, they're still wanting more? They're still not as tired as you think they are? That's because you have done too much. You have overstimulated them physically, which will lead them to actually start misbehaving more, chewing, barking, reactivity, because they have been overstimulated physically, which leads to stress, and stress leads to misbehavior. So me, for example, when I realized that I was overstimulating my dogs, and I started stimulating them mentally more than physically, I started getting better results with my dogs, not only from behavior wise, but health wise as well. Especially that I use play and praise to reward my dog. So my training sessions include play sessions. So when we play and train and stimulate my dogs physically and mentally, I get better results. My dogs are happier and healthier as well, and it reduces the unwanted behaviors. So that's why I also developed the concept of providing a dog's daily 5 essential needs, which are exercise, training, socialization, care, and affection. So I want to help you to avoid making these mistakes and also other mistakes that you will be naturally and normally will be making that will lead your dog to have aggression, reactivity, leash pulling, excessive barking, and various other unwanted behaviors. Through my one-on-one online coaching and training, I can guide you step by step to get the results that you want. All you have to do is set up a free video call. The link is in the description, and I can't wait to chat with you.